Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Varachari Yamuna Tira Varachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Gaur Premanande Jayam Vishnupad Paramhamsa Pariradhikara Stotra Shata Srimad Divine Grace Abhay Charanavindesi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parirajakara Stodra Sada Srimad Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Amacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Granthraha Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Jai Gaur Premanande All glories of assembled devotees All glories of assembled devotees all glories Sri Guru and Gauranga All glories of Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayesho Bhadresho Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama-shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nestaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Hare Krishna. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 80, Text 39. Okay. Etad viditva udayate, etad viditva udayate, raviyor sandhi pari guruhur, anveshino nasishyan, acharyo apashad atrum, etad viditva udayate, raviyor sandhi panir guruhur, Anmeshino nasasyan acharyo apashadatrun etadiditva udayate raviyor sandhi panir guru Anmeshino nasasyan acharyo apashadatrun. Please stand. Yate etad viditva udityate raviyor sandhi panir guru anmesino nahasisyan acharyo apasadatrun. Thank you very much. What word meaning? Etad, this, viditva, knowing, udityate, when it rose, raviyor, the sun, sandipani, sandipani, guru, our spiritual master, animeshinaha, searching, na, for us, Sishyan, his disciples, Acharya, our teacher, Apasyat, saw, Atrun, who were distressed. Translation and purport by disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Our Guru Sandipani, understanding our predicament, set out after sunrise to search for us, his disciples, and found us in distress. Next verse, 40th. Sandipani said, O my children, You have suffered so much for my sake. The body is the most dear to every living creature, but you are so dedicated to me that you completely discarded your own comfort. Text 41. This indeed is the duty of all true disciples, to repay the debt to the spiritual master by offering him with a pure hearts and their wealth and even their very life. Purport: one engages one's body to realize one's purpose. The body is also the basis of the material concept of I and I, while one's fortune is based on the concept of mine. Thus, by offering everything to the spiritual master, one realizes oneself to be an eternal servant of the Lord. The spiritual master does not exploit the disciple, but rather engages him fully in Krishna consciousness for the disciple's eternal benefit. Om Ajnana-timrandasya Jnananjanam Shalakaya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Takadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Namamo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastyatya Desatarini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gauravakavanda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So here the context is Lord Krishna and Sudama, his dearmost friend. They were remembering their Gurukul times when they were studying in the Gurukul of Sandipani Muni. So they were remembering their school days. In that, they were remembering, oh, we did like this. Oh, you did like that. And they were remembering sweet memories. In that, by narration, so they recall this particular incident where once his spiritual master Sandipani Muni asked his students, especially Krishna and Sudama, to collect the firewood sticks from the forest. So Krishna and Sudama, they went into the deep forest. They were told to collect the firewood forest. So there is a difference here. They did not ask, his spiritual master did not ask them to bring, just collect. Collect means which are laid on the floor, which are laid on the ground, they just collect. It's not that cut the trees and bring the firewood stick. They were asked to collect the firewood sticks. So when you are in surrender unto spiritual master, whatever spiritual master he says, you have to obey the orders without asking why, or without asking you know, any other questions. Why should I bring? What is the purpose? I am just king of the sun, and I am so and so. No. When you are in the Gurukul, when you are in the school, you just bring whatever the spiritual master was asked to bring. So here, having said that, so once what happened, they understand the yeah. So they understand the seriousness of the uh, service, They went deep into the forest and they got stuck because it was raining and it was late night, and in that forest they were stuck and they spent all day night in that same forest. And the next day his spiritual master Sandipanamani, searching after Krishna and Sudama, they were keep searching, and they found that this is disciples found in distress. So this particular verse is saying by Krishna, "Oh Sudama, did you remember once we were sent to the forest by our spiritual master and we were stuck in the forest? It was raining and it became dark. We stayed in the forest all day, night, and next day morning our spiritual master Sandipanamuni, understanding our distress, he came after sunrise searching for a disciple." So this particular context is that today's verse. So here is saying our spiritual master Sandipanamuni, understanding our predicament, set out of after sunrise searching for us, his disciple, with his disciples, and found us in distress. So here we understand that even though Lord Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead, he did not disobey the orders of spiritual master, and he found himself in the distress. Because we can see, understand, he is a controller, he is a supreme, and he can control everything. And in spite of that, he obeyed the orders of spiritual master. So, knowing that we would have suffering and staying in the forest, because it's a great rain, wind, and water, he searched for us here and there because he was endowed with the highest conduct. So, this is the duty of spiritual master, that spiritual master also they will not exploit uh, disciples by his own personal benefit. Rather, spiritual master engages every disciple in Krishna consciousness. So, coming to the 40th verse, this is said by spiritual master Sandipanamuni. O my children, you have been suffering so much for my sake. As every living entity, his body is most dear to them, and you have dedicated your life completely, discarded your own comfort. So, spiritual master, after seeing the Krishna and Sudama, and he said this, you suffered for me a lot, and see, you have dedicated your body. That's why in the one of the Vaishnava song it is said, Manasa Deho Geho Jokishumor. So this same verse, you should apply your mind, body and words to your spiritual master. Your body should serve the spiritual master, your mind should think how can what all the ways should I serve spiritual master, and your words should glorify the spiritual master. So this should be the mood of the disciple. So this is here we practically demonstrating by Krishna and Sudama. So how dedicated they were. So we see in this material world, all the creatures take their own body is very dearest. Correct? When this own body we keep it safe and secure. If something happens, immediately we take care of it, and without any further consideration. Correct? Because if something happens to the body, if somebody is coming to hit you, immediately defend yourself. So these are all the things that we take care. But here we see the practically Lord Krishna and Sudama demonstrating without caring for their own body, they suffered for their spiritual master. And And second thing is that, and they suffer. People are suffering for nation, for the family, for the society, for the nation. We see that some people dedicate their life for the family, nation, society. Those are all good things, okay. But at the same time, we should know what is the purpose of that suffering. You know, it is suffering for own sense gratification or for serving Krishna. And we see that you are suffering for my sake. Somebody, you have suffered for my and my wife's sake, or the body is dear to you. So you are well known disciple. So you are perfect example for a disciple. So one who engages one's body to realize oneself, or one who engages body for sense gratification, there's a difference. See, one should engage one's body to for self-realization, for Krishna consciousness realization. So this body is a material concept. It's only revolving around I and mine. Oh, I want this. I need this. I wanted to have this. I eat this. I want this. And mine, my wife, my children, my society. But when you're revolving I and mine, it will be always anxiety, miserable. But when you think of Krishna's consciousness, in a Krishna consciousness way, my spiritual master, I should offer everything to him. And thus by offering everything to spiritual master, one realizes oneself and oneself to be eternal servant of the Lord. So here we can understand that in the purport it is given. So for what is the benefit and what is the ultimate thing that we should utilize our body, engaging ourselves in sense gratification or engaging in Krishna consciousness. And whereas we see that disciples, when he engages everything, when he surrenders everything to the spiritual master, and spiritual master does not exploit the disciple, you know, he he engages him in fully in Krishna consciousness, which is eternal benefit. So here we see that Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti says that all the students should repay the debit of the Guru by offering all objects which are mind, body, and words. And you have truly done your service. Shandipani Muni says, you have truly done your service to Guru. Uh, and without considering your own self. So there are the various things that we can render service to the spiritual master by Vani and Vapu. You know, just by staying in the Gurukul or staying with the spiritual master, offering everything, doing service day and night, and Vapu means whatever instructions he has given to us, we should be doing. And there are levels of surrenderness. You know, there's like when you burn the banana stick, you see banana trunk. When you burn the banana stick, it will not get, it will not catch the fire immediately. You need to fan it to get the fire. You know, this banana stick, banana trunk is so wet and it is not dry as wood. If you set a fire, you need to fan it, you need to keep other sticks, you need to put some of the oil so that it get burned. That is first kind. Second thing is, you know just like a camphor. When you burn a camphor, it immediately catches fire. Okay. And third, the highest thing is gas. As soon as you set the fire, immediately it catches the fire, it burns everything. So this is an analogy. I'm just giving to understand. These are the three kinds of disciples that we see. The first kind is banana trunk. In the banana trunk, disciple has to be fan. Spiritual master has to fan his disciple instead of spiritual disciple should fan spiritual master. Here what is happening is spiritual master is fanning his disciple. Oh, you are such a nice disciple. You do everything. Spiritual master praises so that the fire of Krishna consciousness should catch to the disciple. you know he should fan, he should give association of the devotees, and he should give everything. Then banana stick will catch the fire. That is lowest category. And second category is a camphor. When you burn the camphor, you see that after burning of the camphor, it leaves some black space, correct? So this is second kind of a disciple where the disciple dedicate everything, but he keeps for himself something aside without giving everything. That is second category. And the third category is a gas. As soon as it touches the fire, it burns everything. Without keeping anything, without leaving anything remnants. It doesn't have. This is the highest. This is the category of highest perfection of life, without considering my body, my like just like we see Sudama and Krishna. They did not consider my body. I will suffer or I will get wet. Who is there to protection? But is it, and they think everything belongs to spiritual master. And for whether they did not consider whether it is when animals come in the forest what we are going to be, and they did not consider anything. They just hold the mission of the spiritual master. What is the mission that spiritual master told? Because he asked us to collect the forest firewoods. So this is the analogy. First category is without like a gas, or it burns everything without leaving any behind him. And second thing is it burns everything just like a camphor, but it leaves something for his own self. And the third category has to spiritual master has to give so much encouragement, so much fanning, and so much you know what you called association, and so much uh, thing, so much encourage what you call so much the tools of bhakti, and so much guidance, and so mentorship. Then only that banana stick will catch the fire, because banana stick is very wet. It is not like as dry as the firewood. It has to be fanned so much, then only catch the fire. So here is the analogy that I have given. That these are the three kinds of disciples. But first category is the gas. As soon as you touch the fire, it catches the fire, it burns everything. It's just like a disciple, like there are so many disciples in our movement. And one of the example is Srila Prabhupada. He gave up everything without consideration. You know, and he did not consider, oh, this is mine, this is oh. And similarly, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj. And without consideration, he gave up everything. And similarly, we see that there are many, many disciples of Srila Prabhupada also. They gave up everything for the spiritual master. And the second category is they left something behind. You know, for this is 80% I serve Guru and 20% I save myself, just like a camphor. When you burn the camphor, it, it burns everything, but at the same time, you see the black ash behind that. And the firewood also same thing. When you buy burn the firewood, it has to be fanned initially. After burning the firewood, it leaves the ashes behind, correct? So there are different categories of disciples. Devotees, as a devotees of Krishna consciousness, as the devotees of Krishna, we should dedicate everything unto the spiritual master. And spiritual master is also not exploiting our dedication. Rather, he engages into the Krishna consciousness. Spiritual master is not asking for his own benefit. I became old, somebody has to serve me. No, he is engaging his disciples so that the spiritual disciple get the eternal benefit of going back home, back to Godhead. So here we see that Sandipana Muni, when he gave mission to the Krishna and Sudama, and and at the same time in the difficulties, they did not leave the mission. It is not that when spiritual master gives you a mission, you don't expect that any challenges come on your way. There will be challenges coming on your way. There will be so many stumbling blocks, and there will be so much issues, so many things that will come on the way. But still, we should not leave the mission. Just like here we see Krishna and Sudama, they were stuck in the rain. They were stuck in the deep forest. They don't have any shelter. At that time, they did not leave that firewood sticks, and at the same time they did not leave their association. They did not leave the Krishna did not leave the association of Sudama. Sudama did not leave the association of Krishna, because in the what happened in when spiritual master gives you a mission, we only focus on the mission, and in that process we neglect the association of the devotees, and we tend to do the Vaishnava offense. We tend to neglect their uh, you know neglect their association, and neglect their uh, what the role has to play in the spiritual master's mission. Because and uh, because what happens is that you know in the passion, when they take up the mission of spiritual master, they only focus that mission to complete it without considering sensitive of others. No, there should be a sensitiveness. Oh, he's also my god brother, and he should be also taken care. No, they will leave that. But here, Krishna and Sudama, they did not leave their each other's association, and they carried. They hold their each hands when it is in the raining, when it is storm, when it is in the deep forest, dark. So when challenges comes to fulfill the mission of the spiritual master, we should not leave each other's association. We should care for each other, and also that will be even more pleasing to the spiritual master. Spiritual master is pleased when you fulfill his mission. He will be pleased. He will be happy. But at the same time, if you care for his other co-devotee, your co-god brother, he will be even more pleased. But see, here Sandipani Muni saw them, both of them together. That was more pleasing to his heart. And secondary thing, that they carried the firewood sticks till them. The spiritual master sees them, carrying, caring for each other, and at the same time, second thing which comes into spiritual master mind is they hold the mission. So spiritual master may give you a mission to do this, but if you are not sensitive with other devotees, caring for these challenges, because the challenges come up, but what happened? We neglect. But here Krishna did not neglect Sudama, and Sudama did not neglect Krishna. And at the same time, they hold the firewood sticks. So this is the lesson that we are learning, by this pastime. Instead of thinking I and mine, okay, my spiritual master told, I need this. No, they also care for each other. So this is a lesson that we are learning. That one disciple, if a disciple has to be surrendered everything, mind, body, and words. And second thing is, spiritual master will not exploit you for your own benefit. He will rather engage you in Krishna consciousness service for disciples' eternal benefit. And we talk about how disciples are in three to four categories. One is like a banana trunk which is wet and which is very heavy. Spiritual master has to fan, spiritual master have to give so much guidance. Even after giving so much guidance, fanning, praising, glorifying his spiritual, glorifying disciple, praising his disciple, still that you know banana wood, banana's trunk will not catch fire. That is for fourth category. Then other category, firewood stick, it will catch the fire, but initially it needs lots of encouragement, lots of fanning, lots of guidance. It will catch fire, but it will leave the ash. And the next category is above that is camphor. It will immediately catch the fire. The disciples, they immediately catch the mission of the spiritual master, but they leave something behind, like ash, black mark. But the first category is a gas. It immediately catches the fire. It doesn't leave for anything. It doesn't save for anything. Just like a disciple, it doesn't save for himself anything. He just give up everything. There are so many disciples of spiritual Srila Prabhupada that they gave up everything without consideration, body and mind. So, and lastly, we talk about how disciples should be carrying the mission of the spiritual master without neglecting the devotees association. So there's not a lot to discuss, but I just thought of speaking this much. So, is there any questions or commentaries on this?
I was wondering if you there's a book upstairs if I show
Mm-hmm.
it. And I remember just like opening the book and seeing the spoke about Yukta Vairagya and said the devotee should become a Yukta Vairagya.
Mm.
Something like that, right? So sometimes devotees have a conception of being a monk and you want to give up everything. And then
Mm-hmm.
some devotees have everything that they usually search for.
Mm-hmm.
So how does one know, like really? I know Guru taught there, but what are
Mm-hmm.
some of the indications maybe that the person is not on the right path? Like here's one side, person has the opulence, like the Bhagavtam, where there's Krishna and Bhagavan, or Krishna consciousness, opulence
Mm-hmm.
with the, and then sometimes other devotees are still opulent, but without pure success. But I was wondering if you had any thoughts.
Yeah. See, Yukta Vairagya, which is a very, very sensitive thing. One thing you should understand that everyone is not expert using everything in Krishna consciousness. No. You what are things that you are able to use in Krishna consciousness, I may not able to use in Krishna consciousness. Things that I am using in Krishna consciousness, you may not be able to use in Krishna consciousness. Though my definition would be it differs from each and individual person. And at the same time, how he is using, is it going to be benefiting for himself or for others? Depends on that. That is second thing. And third is what is the result of using that? Is it glorifying himself? Is it glorifying his spiritual master's mission? or Krishna consciousness mission. If it's something that is using in Krishna, is using that thinking that is Krishna consciousness, is it glorifying himself? It is giving him so much attention, so much, name, bringing him name and fame to himself, or his mission of his guru. So there are that is Yukta Vairag, that as I said, everything has his own limitation, has his own boundaries. For example, I'm using something that is glorifying myself. I'm using in Krishna consciousness, but at the same time, it is glorifying myself. People are saying, "Oh, you are wonderful. You are doing this thing," and at the same time, I'm getting proud. I'm getting puffed up. Everybody is praising me. I'm getting so much attention, and I'm getting so much name and fame. By that, how you are using that name and fame in spiritual master's mission, that is also matters. If you are taking all your that name and fame by yourself rather than offering to your spiritual master, then you will become bound up. Correct? And, yeah, everything has own element of how you use it and what you are using it. Just like I'm using this laptop, you know it is just everybody, it is just whatever I'm doing, this the resultant of that. Everybody is glorifying me, everybody is praising me, and I'm getting lots of attention. But how do I doubted, how do I convert this into the glorification of my mission of spiritual master, or mission of successfully preaching the Krishna consciousness movement? So that is the intelligence we need to think about it. Otherwise, in the name of Yukta Vairagya, we tend to use everything, and sometimes we become bound up by that. We get stuck. Our advancement will stop. You know, this is my understanding. Okay, thank you so much. We will stop here. ग्रंथराज भागवतम की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर प्रेम